Hi, it's Uncle Jeff. Just been thinking this morning, Luke 2:52, where the Bible talks about Jesus growing in stature, in wisdom, in favor with God, in favor with men. Stature, physical, wisdom, mental, favor with God, spiritual, favor with man, social. So I just wanted to talk about one of those, just from my take, that is the wisdom, in relating that to orphans. I want to say that my limited experience, I've noted that children who are in orphanages or who are somehow under our care, they don't do well as far as school is concerned. What is my measure of not doing well? It's that they don't end up in tertiary institutions, polytechnics, teachers' colleges, university, or doing something professional which then helps them to look after themselves down the road. So, but then if you look at our children, somehow they get there, okay? They end up doing some of these courses, whether, like my son is doing IATA. I, that bothers me somehow, that why is it, if you take on average the children who are in children's homes, somehow we don't have that educational age. There are few. I mean, I've seen orphans who have excelled. Some of them is because maybe you have some Christian organizations that have quickly captured them earlier in their lives, and they've put them in good schools where they are almost guaranteed that they will do well. They will come up with results that help them to go further with school. Because of the limited funds that we have in children's homes, we also end up taking children at schools that are in some way questionable. I mean, you are almost sure, 100%, that for a child who has come from a traumatic background and you're putting them in a school that, first of all, they don't realize that kind of trauma, and there are too many of them, and there is no personalized care or approach to help this child. Okay? Because some of them are coming, they are supposed to be in grade 7, but they're in grade 2. They're supposed to be in Form 4, and they're in grade 6. So already there's a problem. And it is unfortunate if we drive these children, keep sending them to those places when we know what the result is going to be like a few years down the road. I have a few suggestions. Some of you may also have more. Here are my suggestions. If because of the limited funds, we are sending these children to a school, we know that things are not going to come out well. I suggest that there be some form of bridging. What do I mean? Within the local church, there are teachers, there are people good in maths, there are people good in English, there are people good in Shona or Ndebele or whatever, or geography and things like that, depending on the level the children we have in our care are under. Is it not possible, pastor or elder or whoever is leading the children's home, for you to talk to those people and say, look, we will try and find the syllabus. Is it possible for you to find time and come to the home when you are free and help the children. Friends, we must be deliberate about this. If we want a different outcome as far as education for our children is concerned. So these guys can come and help the children either with homework, help them with whatever it is, so that we are bridging the gap between what is happening at school, which we feel there are gaps. If you look at their reports, if you look at their work, you can quickly tell that there are all these gaps. So the local church should be able to say, let's fill this gap. 2, the people who are actually the caregivers or people who are responsible, I also want to say to you, let's be deliberate, okay? Let's take a big interest in knowing what is happening to the children. Are they learning? If they are not learning, I mean, look, guys, whether it's 4 years, 5 years, 10 years later, we are not going to get the result we want if they are not learning. So the caregivers somehow should take an interest to want to help the children. Unfortunately, most of the time, the caregivers we bring on board maybe don't have the capacity. So that's why I'm saying if the caregivers don't have the capacity, let's bring other outsiders. Now, if resources are available, let's go at the next stage. The next stage is, are there teachers in the community? So those teachers, we say, we will pay you an extra. All we are asking is we want you to help our children with this, so that the children can get to the level we want. So we will have to be deliberate. Get the books, make sure they are there at the home, get the library books. And the other thing, I love computers and media and stuff like that. YouTube seems to have all kinds of learning material. There's the Khan Academy and things like that. There is nothing that stops churches, homes, downloading that material and saying, for our children who are in primary school, for them to do well in maths, let them watch this video. For them to do well in science, let them watch this video. Unfortunately, I don't know whether there's Shona or Ndebele, but hopefully some teachers will come up with those learning material which can also be uploaded. But we've got, if we want our children to grow, to do well, to succeed down the road, education is one. I mean, look, I'm starting with education because there is some level of investment, but we miss it somewhere when we just assume that the children are going to do well when we're not deliberate early in their learning period. If we don't invest somehow, if we are not deliberate, we are going to get the result we want. And that result is that they are going to fail. They are going to have very high point, what do you call it, at grade 7. They may never get the 5 points or 6 points. I don't know what it is. They will get the 20s and all sorts of things because they did not learn. Many things are against them. You get them to O level, you're expecting them to have 5 O levels. They are not going to get the 5 O levels because go backwards. Was there any deliberateness for the children to do that? If it's not, forget it. They're not going to. They will never go to university or to polytechnic or to teachers college or to a Bible college because of us not planning for that. Let's plan for that. Let's be deliberate. I apologize, I'm a little hard, but it is, for me, not fair that there are children we are supposed to be responsible for. And they don't do well because of maybe what we are not doing. Thank you very much. Uncle Jeff.